Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take another step towards finding our CB1. We're going to take a deep dive and look at Emmanuel Forbes from Mississippi State. This was a pretty dominant corner in the SEC. A lot of people have him in their top 5 CBs, so I'm really excited to look at 20 snaps from this guy. Jumping right into some of his coverage profile, it looks like he got better every single year, starting out at a 68.8, working his way all the way up to an 87.2 in his final year. Taking a deeper look at some of his coverage stats, I think he was actually pretty impressive. He allowed just a 53% completion percentage, as well as only 284 yards this year. He did allow 3 touchdowns on the season, but he was also able to come up with 6 interceptions, as well as 7 PBUs. To me, it seems like he has a real good nose for the ball. He also allowed only a 44 passer rating. He just seems like a stud. What really blew my mind about Emmanuel Forbes is that the Mississippi State Bulldogs run a very zone-heavy scheme, and they only ran man coverage 25% of the time. But when he was lined up in man coverage, he was targeted 15 times and only allowed 3 receptions for a total of 50 yards. But here's the kicker. On those 15 targets, he had 6 interceptions and a PBU. How the hell are you going to have 6 interceptions and a PBU on only 15 targets? This dude might have been playing in the wrong scheme. That's crazy production. He might be a better man corner than he is a zone corner, but his overall profile was super productive. He looked really good, regardless of scheme. Let me repeat, 6 interceptions on 15 targets. That's nuts. Right before we get into this thing, here he is, 6 foot, 180 pounds. He looks a little bit on the slimmer side. He might be in like that Devin Witherspoon mold kind of body type, but he's kind of like a tweener, like a Cam Smith. That's no problem. If he can cover, he can cover. Top of the screen against Ja'Cory Brooks. A little run play coming his way. Oh, he gets in there for the tackle. Didn't even look like Ja'Cory Brooks was trying to block him here. What happens? Oh, he goes for the inside guy. And then Emmanuel Forbes comes up for the tackle. He gets his head down a little bit. Watch that concussion going on. I at least like that he's willing. He's in the slot right here. He's just dropping in a zone. These zone corners are kind of boring, but we still got to watch him. Oh, he comes off his zone to get towards that ball and help out a little bit. It was nothing special or anything, but seems like he has kind of like some kind of instinct there to go after the ball. He was kind of reacting to the other CB that may have needed help. This is a better angle for this next play. Bryce Young just does his magician stuff. You can't really see the coverage at all, but here he is. Just keep an eye on this guy right here. Bryce Young just turns into a magician, but he's dropping into like a third here. He goes, helps out with the guy that's crossing, and then he goes and sits in his zone. Let's see it, Bryce. Do something crazy. Yeah, I mean, he's just sitting in a deep zone there. Down here, this rep's a good man rep. No press man at all, but he just stays right in phase on top of the receiver, doesn't get targeted. Okay, so I had to rewatch this play a few different times here, and we're going to talk through it. So this motion man, JoJo Earl, watch the linebacker react. Makes you feel like the linebacker looks like he's manned up. Emmanuel Forbes is manned up. Watch the press here. But he's got his eyes in the backfield here. Now, I don't know if Emmanuel Forbes' job here is just getting his hands on his guy and then sitting in his zone and taking care of the flat. That's why it looks like he's already reacting to this guy in motion. But the linebacker's also biting on that motion as well. And then because of that, Bryce throws this dot right to the wide receiver that Emmanuel Forbes got his hands on. To me, it really looks like Emmanuel Forbes' job is to just take care of that flat, and then he's reacting to Bryce Young's eyes. This looks like Bryce is just layering a perfect ball over zone here, even though Emmanuel Forbes got his hands on early. Here's some good coverage. Emmanuel Forbes, bottom of the screen, gets right up on his guy, and he just blankets this guy. It's a deep crosser there, and the other DB just gets beat. He comes right up to the line. He doesn't jam him. This is Jermaine Burton. That's a fast receiver too, and he just stays pretty much in phase with him. He doesn't get targeted. Good job there. This right here is why Emmanuel Forbes has 6 interceptions on the season. You see a formation like this in the NFL or college ball, a lot of the times the receiver up on the line of scrimmage will just go ahead and block, and then you'll get a screen pass to this other receiver. Now, Bama doesn't run a screen here, but they fake it. But watch how fast Emmanuel Forbes reacts to the guy, and it looks like he's trying to jump the route and take the ball the other way. Watch how quick this is. He sees the screen. He's already getting through the guy. He's trying to take that ball the other way if it was an actual screen. Now, this is a really fun zone corner play right here. 2nd and 10. This could be any kind of play in the playbook. Emmanuel Forbes drops back, and he's responsible for a little zone back here, right behind my camera. And there's a little swing pass that comes his way. He's responsible for the zone. Come up and make the hit. Bang, dude. That's a big guy. That's a big guy for him to go up and hit like that. He's a much smaller corner, but watch how he's just so willing. Drops back. This is a running back in open space right here. Hit that trigger, go. He doesn't lay him out, but he really puts the stick to him, and it's a good tackle. Really good form there. Another really good rep right here. He's manned up on Cameron Latu. This is a tight end. He was just at the Senior Bowl. He's a good player. One of Bama's best receivers. Watch him get the hands on and press and just stay in phase. This is a big guy. That's great coverage. No target on the goal line. Touchdown, Trayshawn Holden. But watch, you'll see a good angle. Right in phase, baby. Stay right. Oh, man, that was great coverage. This is 2 plays in a row. He played like a big man. He's 6 foot tall, 180 pounds. But if they can play big, then that's a huge plus. I really like to see that kind of stuff, especially on the goal line. Get your hands right on the tight end. Disrupt any bit of timing, and then just blanket him with good coverage. He drops back in a little zone here. Watch Gibbs. Go up and get Gibbs. The other guy makes the tackle, but he's there. I'm a really big fan of his willingness to go get the ball carrier. He's not a big guy, but he plays like a big guy right now. All right, first kind of bad rep here. Emmanuel Forbes is in a little press man look. He tries to get his hands on Jermaine Burton. Burton's a very fast receiver, quick releases and everything. Watch how Burton attacks the leverage here, and then he cuts inside. Emmanuel Forbes tries to get his hands on him and just gets toasted off the line. Now the ball goes somewhere else, so we couldn't see how Emmanuel Forbes recovered, but I know that Burton's so damn fast, he probably didn't. Bang. If that, oh yeah, he was getting toasted. This was a filthy rep by Burton. Great release, man. Here's another run support play. Get off the block here at bottom of the screen. It's bad tackling for him, but he's so feisty. Get right in there. Next play here, bottom of the screen. I like how he reacts to that little hitch route there. Burton's got that speed, so he's respecting the speed a little bit. He drops back, and then he just jumps on that hitch. Granted, it's a run the other way, but yeah, that's fine. He's playing zone well. This is a good play right here. Looks like he's just playing a third. Jermaine Burton is trying to burn past him, and he just carries Jermaine Burton real well. It looks like Bryce Young's first read is Jermaine Burton here as well. And then you're just going to see Bryce Young throw the ball away. He extends the play as long as he can, but Jermaine Burton never comes uncovered. He's dropping back. Yeah, it looks like a third. And then this is just Bryce Young showcasing his ability to stay alive. Throws the ball away. Top of the screen, he stays in phase with his guy. He actually kind of flipped his hips early there. He flips his hips a little early, but it looks like Ja'Cory Brooks is just threatening deep. And yeah, it's just coverage. Good coverage. Get off this block. Bro, fucking amazing, dude. He's so good at getting off blocks. I mean, Ja'Cory Brooks sucks at blocking, but damn. He just gets off and he wraps up. Such good tackling, bro. He's in the bottom of the pile. In the slot right here. Get off this. Oh, he's kind of getting bodied. Kind of getting bodied downfield here. Getting blocked up. I think that's Isaiah Bond. Blocking him downfield, bro. He wants that starting job. Here's another one. He gets off the block here by Burton. Real slick. Real slick there. He's just so willing here to get after the ball carrier. Love that. Top of the screen. He's in a little zone. Come down. Help, help, help. That's fine. He really keeps contained here, you know. It forces Jahmyr Gibbs to cut back inside. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, he almost got bodied. He gets a little ruffled here, top of the screen. Maybe his play strength isn't crazy strong. But, I mean, he's a smaller guy. You know, he just gets the better of him there, that rep. I think he's more of like a finesse guy, getting off the blocks and everything like that. Obviously, he's not going to be super strong at that height and weight, but that's not like a bad rep. Here he is, side of the screen here. He looks for work here late in the rep. You know, he's a zone corner, so it can get boring at times, but he picks up the number 6 guy there in the middle of the field, and it's just, he knows what he's supposed to do in zone. The ball's not going his way, so there's not a whole lot of work for him to do, but he's doing everything he can to just shut down his side of the field, and he's doing that. Here's our final graded play. He's going to be right here, manned up on Cameron Latu again. They're lining him up against a 6'4" guy. This is man coverage, 3rd and 8. This could be a chain moving play for this tight end, especially considering the matchup. But watch how he mans up and he sacks up, really. I like him in man a lot. They just don't use him in man. Look at, he's all over his guy. And he goes to help with the tackle too. Watch from this angle. Really all over him. Just great coverage. Like, that's probably, if Bryce throws that, he probably picks that. All right, fellas, this is the final grade we got for him. A 7 to 7+ categorizes as great reps. I think he played fantastic today. Now, zone corners aren't the most fun and entertaining corners to watch, but I mean, he did his job not only in zone. Anytime he was asked to man up, especially on Cameron Latu, he was locked down. I would say he had great reps today. He didn't have an opportunity to make any splash plays, but he wasn't getting targeted. That's a lockdown corner to me. When he was asked to sit in zones, anytime the ball came his way, he was flying downhill to go attack the ball carrier. He's a very willing tackler, and I think I really like that out of a guy who's not super big. He plays a lot bigger than his frame. He seems a bit like a technician to me. You couldn't really tell how fast he was, but he was never out of phase. I think he's probably an average athlete, but he has good technical skill. He played well in both schemes, and it looked like Bryce didn't want to throw his way, so that's a plus to me. I'd love to watch one of his games where he gets an interception or a PBU. Maybe we'll be able to see some of his instincts in those games, but I'm pretty impressed with him just doing his job. He just did such a good job today. No turnovers or anything, but no big plays. I don't even think we saw him give up a reception. He's a plus player, and I think that 7 really reflects what we saw today. All right, fellas, that's all I got for you today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching Emmanuel Forbes. I think he's a very solid corner. It sounds like he's right on the fringe of day one. He could get selected day one by a team who likes to run zone heavy schemes, but I think he definitely is more than capable as a man corner. We've only got a few more videos till we find out who our CB1 is. I've got a whole video plan built up. We're gonna crunch the numbers, grind the film, and really plant our flag as to who the CB1 is in this class. All right, boys, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.